Slow snow day over here, so kind of inspired by Shane Shoebox Legends video today, and also by Lou Rock's video and some of the awesome pickups he showed the other day. May as well get to the hockey autographs, so I'm going to do some of that. Right kind of weather, so right off the bat, I have this is wild. So Shane was just showing his Gordie Howe in the Whalers uniform. And I had planned on getting Marty and Mark to sign this as well. But I just had this slabbed last year just to get it in case so it didn't get any more banged up. And never did get the other two to sign it and decided I didn't want to. But ironically, my old friend, his dad was friends with Gordie Howe, which is how I got these signed. And I also got an old Beckett signed by him as well. And I had the card with the artwork card signed, and I traded that, and I regret trading that because that's the card I like the best out of them all. You know, I'm surprised I never had a Red Wings card signed by him, being a Red Wings fan. And then this is the other one. So he just showed that one. Well, this is mine, and I did the same thing with this one. So I had the two autographs left. My parents gave away the Beckett without knowing that it was signed. So. I don't know who ended up with that. If it might have been my cousin. We'll find out. But I think it was a neighbor kid. So there's my Gordie Howe of the same card that Shane was just showing. Very interesting that he got his from somebody whose grandfather was friends with Gordie Howe. So that's just wild to me. But it was inspiring. So I'm getting these back out. I've had this actually box sitting on my counter in my kitchen for a while since I did the baseball and basketball ones, or baseball and football ones I did. So let's get into some hockey. I'll go from oldest to newest. Here's a Chelios. Been to his bar. Nice place. Cheli's Chili Bar. But this is a pretty cool one. So this must be my earliest pack-pulled hockey autograph. And this would have been Be a Player, I believe. But that's kind of cool, Ice Wars. A lot of their autographs are kind of plain, I feel like, but that's not a bad one. Phil Housley. Took way too long for him to make the haul. I don't understand that. It's kind of an interesting jersey he's got on there, though. What is NHLPA? Radio Shack? Never really noticed that. But he's not in his Sabres. You would think he'd be in the Sabres uniform, but Phil Housley rookie. Looks like it's from the same year. Or Phil Housley autograph, pardon me. And I don't believe he's in the Hall of Fame yet, but he may be. But I know he will be eventually. I feel like he will be. Sandis Ozolinsh. Hard-nosed Russian player. This guy was pretty cool back in the day. Pretty good player. I think I don't know, like I said, I don't recall if he's in the hall or not, but it's in my hall box. He's either waiting to be or he already is. And here's another one. Paul Coffey. Well, I got to get a new holder on this one. So I've had this one for a long time. Actually, all of these. I've had all of these for, I don't think I've added a new one since probably at least 2018. Paul Coffey. These ones did not, these early Be a Players were just, they were on card and they did not have any kind of certification. So I don't know how the grading companies honor those if you wanted to have them slabbed, but I have a few of those. Anyway, here's another one. Yari Curry. And I believe the base looked exactly like these, but I could be wrong because I did not open up any packs of these back in the day. And this one's got an old, starting to turn yellow, even in the baggie. You know, it might have been going yellow before I put it in the baggie and just didn't realize it. But anyway, we got Yari Curry, underrated player there, and Adam Oates. Shown there with the Washington Capitals. And Yari Curry was with the Avalanche in that one. Adam Oates. Great passer, Adam Oates. Larry Murphy, 1-1 with the Wings, and I was very happy about that. And it's nice to have his autograph with the Wings. And here's one I traded for a while back, many, many years ago, actually. Grant Fuhr. Sign of the Times. So this is SP Authentic, and he is with, is it the Blues? I think he's in the Blues uni in that one. And here's a pack pulled. This was nice. I just took a chance on a BBC Exchange box sometime in the early 2010s or late 2000s. And there were several autographs per box, and one of them was Joe Sakic, so couldn't have been happier about that. He was definitely one of the players I was hoping for. So these ones, they have the certification on the back, or you know, congratulations message. Joey Sakic, and I think I got this in the same box, or I traded for it, I don't recall. Chris Pronger. I think I pulled a Pierre Turgeon as well. Pronger, I think he's in the Hall. If not, I was expecting him to be. So I put all the guys that I expect to be, or you know, if I have a Pete Rose autograph, it's going in my Hall of Fame box. So I could be off on these, but these are primarily guys that are in the Hall of Fame. But these are all my star and Hall of Famer autographs. So here's the Pierre. Here is the Pierre Turgeon. So I want to say I have several of his autograph. Extremely underrated player. St. Louis Blues uniform here. I don't understand why he doesn't get the love. Probably just because of, you know, Gretzky and Lemieux and all those other guys. I mean, he wasn't on their level, but he was a great player. He's not in the Hall, but I don't know if he'll ever get in there. I mean, if guys like Mike Vernon are in there, I think Chris Osgood gets in there eventually. Not overly amazing stats, but championships, and he was a tough guy, and he would fight. I remember not liking Osgood for a long time, and he had that flop in the playoffs where he went behind the net, and it cost us a goal. And I didn't like him for years. But then when it came down to fighting a couple times, he was going for it. And he threw off that mask, and he went at it. And after that, you're okay in my book, buddy. So Chris Osgood, I don't know if he'll be in the Hall of Fame, but he stays in my Hall of Fame box. So he won me over. Patrick Marleau, future Hall of Famer, no debate. He's a compiler, but that era is just strangely that way. I don't really know if it was a change in the rules or what it was, but scoring went down drastically. After the Red Wings and the Avalanche went on their dynasties, I don't really know what happened after that, but it changed for a while. The scoring seems to be back now though, so I haven't followed the rule changes, or if there was any, or if it's just a matter of that era's was a different style of play, or I can't really pinpoint it. Frank Mahovlich. So we're going to get into some older players now. On some awesome Upper Deck on-card autographs, which in hockey I feel like are the best. Most often, the Be a Player ones are okay, but I like the Upper Deck brands better, especially the Century Legends and whatnot. So Frank Mahovlich of the Toronto Maple Leafs. My main man Mike Bossy finally got a couple of his rookies, and just didn't see one that I liked forever, and ended up buying two last year, or might have been the end of 2023. Mike Bossy, Epic Signatures. Very cool set. Same as the Mahovlich there. With the New York Islanders. One of the greatest goal scorers of all time. Still real high up there on the scoring list as well. Brian Leetch. Clear-cut acetate autograph here. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that hasn't faded. So some of these are better for autographs than others. But I think I'm going to say I have several clear autographs in the hockey, as you will see here shortly. And this is a cool one. This is a base card, I want to say, from 2001 Pacific. I want to say they had autographs all over the base set. And as you can see, the Pacific Authentic autograph. So this is kind of like what they did with football, except they were doing um, obviously veterans as well. Eddie Belfour in the Dallas Stars on-card autograph from Pacific. Pretty cool. So I like the base sets with the autographs. I think that's a concept they ought to bring back, and then have regular numbering, not WM, dash, so and so's initials. Rob Blake, I think I believe he's in the Hall now. Colorado Avalanche great. Great defenseman. Nobody ever liked playing against that guy, I'll tell you that. This is a cool one. Another upper deck. Glenn Anderson. I like the recessed autos, like I always say. If it's not on card, if it's recessed, then that doesn't bother me one bit. Signs of Greatness. Glenn Anderson. Boilers great. Gilbert Perreault. Sabres legend. This set is awesome. The NHL legends. Big, huge areas for the players to sign, and they usually took advantage of it. So the Epic Signatures, this is one of my favorite hockey autograph sets of all time. Easily. Great, great year. I think this was 99, wasn't it? 2000. The 99s were awesome, too. Was that the other one? Was that what this was? Yeah. Okay, so these are the 99s. 2000 stepped it up a notch with the color. The 99s are sweet, though, too, but I think it's Gilbert Perreault. I've heard it both, Gilbert and Gilbert Perreault. But awesome player. Here's a Topps autograph, Al McInnes. I screwed up by not buying one of his O-Pee-Chee. I had two chances to buy his O-Pee-Chee. Well, he's only got the O-Pee-Chee rookie. And both were stunners. And I regret passing on both. And somebody else got them. I think you probably generally want them in the Calgary Flames. But I am not complaining. This is cool with the old 1955. Well, that's what the Bowman was. I don't recall what year the famous Orr card was, but this is pretty cool on card. Topps autograph. Al McInnes. Another great 1,000-plus point scoring defenseman. Here's a guy I knew would get in eventually, and Scott Niedermayer. I don't think it took him too long. This is not an on-card, but be a player. And this is when they were more obvious as well. Cool card. New Jersey. And I was buying packs of these like crazy. They're Ole Kolzig. He's not a Hall of Famer. I don't think he ever will be, but he's good enough that I didn't want him in my Commons autograph box. I think I have a couple of that one. The other one might be on ComC. I don't recall. Henrik Sedin. So I was getting, I think these were one autograph per pack, and I was getting 2 or 3 packs of them. I don't recall. It was like a kind of a blister pack thing. Or it was one pack in a blister. And they were only like $5 or $6 a piece, so I just kept buying them. My local card shop there. Patrice Bergeron. Had 2 of this one at some point. Probably traded the other. But, one there, pack pulled. These are all stickers. Patrick Marleau again. I have at least 3 of his autographs. So anybody needs anybody I have doubles of, just leave me a message and we'll work something out. I'm always game to trade. So Patrick Marleau, and then here will be the other one. Kimmo Timonen. I'm not sure if he's in, but I expect him to be eventually. Here's another clear one. The Bobby Hull. That one's adhered very well as well, if you want to call it that. not fading. That's very cool. I was buying boxes of these like crazy as well. I was getting them for cheap on BBC Exchange. Dino Cicerelli, very cool set, and they were generous with the autographs that year. Here's a Red Kelly, Red Wings, awesome card. I traded for a couple of these as well. I don't recall um, which ones are which anymore. A couple of them I remember. Clark Gillies. I want to say I traded for this, but it's possible I didn't. Very cool. Bearing down the captain, Islanders. Another great player. Larry Robinson. The big dude. Yeah, you don't want to get hip checked by Larry Robinson. You don't want to get boarded by that guy either. Man, dang. Bernie Perrant. This is a pack pull, definitely. I was excited about that one. He nice big signature on that too. That's pretty cool. So this was actually what, it was 0607 Parkhurst, and it was some sort of legend set. So it was, that product kept on giving and giving at a low price, so couldn't resist. Cam Neely, same set. And I wonder how many famous people are in the background of these cards, and all the NBA cards too. It almost makes me want to get out your old Commons boxes. Cam Neely. Injuries set him back drastically, and I want to say he might have had a bout with cancer as well. I don't recall. Don't quote me on that one. But I know he was very injury plagued and very, very highly regarded because he was amazing when he was healthy. Daryl Sittler. Another name you don't hear enough about. Great player. Toronto Maple Leafs. And last one from that set, I believe. Oh, I might have one more. Denis Potvin. Or Dennis Potvin. I always thought it was Denis. But I don't know for sure. Not sure I've ever heard his name pronounced, to be honest. Dennis Potvin. Almost sounds better. Sounds right. I never know with the Canadian names how they pronounce it, because it's, based on the French. Another great player though for the Islanders. Awesome card. And here we got a Harry Howell, and I don't know what's going on with this. If this is a special one, or every time I look at this, like, it's orange in the background. That's what makes me. It's just so different than the other ones. But he's also posed, and he's not in a game like the others. So, Harry Howell, Rangers. Rangers, great. About a little more than halfway through. Ron Hextall. I don't believe he's in, but I pulled this one, so it's just not a card I want to get rid of. I'm going to hold on to it. He was notable. I remember him scoring a goal or two or several in his career, and full ice shot. So he's a memorable guy. I don't think he'll ever make the Hall. Maybe he did. I don't believe he did, but some of these guys I just don't remember. So forgive me on that, but they're in my greats box one way or the other. And he's not in yet, but I believe he's about to be. It's Zdeno Chara of the Boston Bruins. He's only got one rookie card as well, if I remember correctly, from SP Authentic. So that's a very desirable card. Dale Howardchuk. I still do not have a nice copy of his rookie card, no Peachy, and that it bugs me. I look for that card quite often on ComC. Not my favorite autograph of his, but I have a Howardchuk autograph, so that's a good thing. Some of these mid 2000s upper deck sets get kind of gaudy looking to me, but had two of this card. I think I sold the other one, or it's on ComC for sale. Jerome McGinley. So one of these I traded for, and the other one I won in a contest with Upper Deck. Great player. This is another one I won in the Upper Deck contest. Probably the same contest, actually. Boris Salming from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Probably just butchered your name, buddy. I'm sorry. But that's out of 100. So this was cool. Contest win. And it looks like a Hall of Fame induction type of thing going on there. Induction inks, indeed. O-Pee-Chee Premier. So yeah, won both of those through Upper Deck contests. Traded for this one, Normie Ullman, Red Wings. Wish he had that banner on his chest. So I'm not the biggest fan of the sports legends. But that's my Ullman autograph. And then here's Jerry Cheevers. All right, had to take a dog break again there. She keeps barking at stuff. Jerry Cheevers, he was known as the guy who put the stitch marks on his face mask. He's a goalie, and that would commemorate all of the places that he got hit in the mask and saved him from stitches. So he would commemorate that by putting marks on his mask every time he get nailed after the game. He was famous for that. Doug Wilson. I'm pretty sure he's in now. I had this in the box forever, and I swear he made it eventually. But this is another awesome set, the Luxury Suite from Panini. And I think this is a base card. Yep, 118. So this is part of the base set. Very cool set. In fact, I might look to see if I can find some wax of this. That's kind of off my radar nowadays. I don't really add many autographs. I wouldn't trade, though. I wouldn't. There's not many I'd buy. I need a Winfield, though. Dave Winfield. Doug Wilson. But this is, how cool is that set? So this is actually a base card. Super thick, which I am not fond of. I don't know why Panini is so obsessed with the thick cards when they don't have to be thick. Kind of blows my mind. Yari Curry and Luke Robitaille duel. And I believe they're both on the, the Kings. Yeah, they'd be on the Kings, obviously, the black and white. Oh, right there on his helmet. Yeah. Out of 75. 0809 O-Pee-Chee Premier. And here's a buyback. Peter Stastny. Another very underrated player. Forgotten guy, if you will. Pretty cool. Man, is that a... That looks so bright. It almost looks like one of the Tembeck test cards. Man, they picked a really nice card for a buyback. But anyway, that's from O-Pee-Chee. I guess this is 08, 09 as well, but I don't see it on here. I don't want to unwrap it right now. I'm running out of time. I can only do half-an-hour videos. Traded for this back in the day. I traded an Abraham Lincoln stamp card out of 25 or 50 or 100 or something. I don't recall. But it was from 08 Topps Update or Heritage Update. And I traded straight up for this. And Sidney Crosby autograph. Not too attached to it. I'd be just as happy with the stamp card, honestly. But that's pretty cool. It's nice to have a Sidney Crosby autograph for sure. I have an Ovechkin as well, but it's the SP Authentic rookie, so it's not in here. My rookie autographs are not in with this stuff. Now we're getting into the Panini Classics. So I bought a whole bunch of these. I was buying boxes of this like crazy for the autographs. Jetty Buchek and the Chief. He signed it. The Chief is this is the notable nicknames subset. So I did good on getting the subset cards. And I got a lot of the base cards that were good too. So this one he signed the China Wall, Johnny Bowers as well. Or Johnny Bauer, pardon me. And these were all out of 50, I believe, the notable nicknames. So Johnny Bauer of the goaltender of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I believe I had the Wendell Clark as well. Bob Gainey. These are the base autographs. I gotta kind of hurry up here. Steve Shutt. Another Canadian's great. So these are all pack pulled. I was getting the boxes for 60 or 70 bucks each, I want to say, and just they just kept. It's just such a good value. I couldn't stop throwing one of those in there every time I had a certain amount I'd spend per month on wax back in the day before it went nuts. Serge Savard, Canadian's great as well. It's a good one. Brad Park, one of the best defenders ever. These are all on card too, so this is a very cool set. I don't remember how many autographs it was per box. I don't even think it's stated, but it was multiple. Pierre Pilot? Pierre Pilot? Never heard that name pronounced either, but another great. Blackhawks. I always thought it was Michel Goulet, but it might be Michael Goulet, which makes a lot more sense. But this dude was phenomenal back in the day. He's another guy I really need his rookie. Zopici, preferably. But just have never found one quite nice enough. I do have a raw copy of it, but that's just one of those cards you never see nice ones. Alex Del Vecchio. Obviously happy to have that one. Later in his career, as he was the captain there. And here we have Terrible Ted Lindsay, another captain, Red Wings. I swear I had his Parkhurst as well. Maybe I traded it or sold it. There's Ted Lindsay. Here's a Billy Smith. He's a guy that was on the brink for a while, but ended up making it. Goaltender of all those Islander championship teams. Here's a guy I think ought to be in based on statistics, but you can make an argument for him and Pat Verbeek, Bernie Nichols of the Kings, and boy was he putting up some numbers there for a while. But as you can see, he had 1,209 points overall for his career. I don't think he won a championship, but I don't recall 100%. And here's another Pierre Turgeon. I think the other one is on ComC, but I have this one to be a player. I would trade to be a player if anybody is interested. And Yari Curry. So this is, I would trade to be a player, Yari Curry. This is the one I would keep. And I don't believe he's in yet, but Rod Brindamore. Yeah, he's making waves as a coach these days, so I expect him to, he'll be in one day. So he ended up with 1,184 points. He was more of a hard-nosed player. So he didn't have the point per game totals as many of the big names. Oh, ironically, the very last card, so this must be the latest autograph I have from hockey. So 14-15 is the last hockey autograph I added, but ironically, it's Ron Francis. So I just saw a whole bunch of Ron Francis today. Awesome Ron Francis in Shane's video. So that's a pretty cool topper. In the Hartford Whalers as well, which I would definitely prefer. As awesome as he was with Carolina and obviously with Pittsburgh as well. Huge part of that dynasty. So pretty cool way to end it. Awesome. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it, and hope you liked the hockey edition of the autograph collection. Take care, and God bless.